chemistry, when choose the alternative theory and alternative to practicals. When you get it, by default the theory will pop up. Just switch to alternative to practicals and then solve some questions. This is what I mean. Let me try and see if
So I have a question.
Okay, good. Who is this, please?
Sir, please, this is Qual.
Wow, what's your question, please?
So will you give us formula sheet?
No, I'll just give you a predictable. So what I'm trying to say is you go to Save My Exams. IGCSE, CIE. So just look for chemistry. You go down the theory and alternative to practical topic questions. And you see by default, this is theory. So you can see it here. Theory is here, alternative to practicals. You just switch to alternative to practicals. Yeah. So up to electricity and chemistry, you should be able to just pick any of them, maybe experimental techniques. You go over so you try your hands on questions like this. You solve it, it refreshes your mind. Don't do, this one has to do with salt. We've not done salt, okay? Experimental technique. Anything we've not done, don't do it. This one has to do with salt also, acid, base, and salt. And then those one too. Planning and investigation. We've not done that. So so basically there are not enough questions. Then maybe if you go to diffusion and motion, you try and find some questions there. You plot some graph. This one we've not done this. The ones you've done, you just go over it. So when you're learning, just pass by. And I think electricity and chemistry, what's it called? Electrolysis too. We've not done electroplating. So you can try your hands on these questions. You come there, try your hands on these questions. We've not done electroplating, so take it off. When anything that has to do with true metals or carbon or graphite, let's look at it. We've not done manufacturing of aluminum, so stuff like this won't come. Okay. So if you have an account, just join. The marking scheme is there. You just get it. I don't know about physics and math tutor.
The worksheet that you sent, the MCQs, almost all the questions were from physics and math.
I don't know about the alternative to practical parts of it. I think they also have alternative to pay for the marking scheme. So if you don't have the marking scheme, you can use your notes, textbook, handouts, and everything too.
Recording.
Make sure draw the answers. Experimental techniques. Your favorite topic, stoichiometry, chemical bonding, electrolysis. Somebody enough. Okay, you have a question. Who is that? James Bond or something? If you misbehave, I'll just take you out. Who is that James Bond? You.
I think it's
The
common
Jim,
students too.
I'll just take you out. Okay, so Anaf, I'm listening to you.
So my question was for the chromatography. Okay, we have to calculate the retention factor, but then how do we calculate the retention factor for a spot that creates more than one spot on the chromatograph?
So yes, very good. So let's say we have a sample which is impure. We have a sample which is impure. Okay, so maybe it gives 3 spots. Okay, or let's say a dye. You want to know the colors of a dye. Okay, you want to know the colors of in a dye. So we did, and we read that it has yellow, blue, and then let's say green. Okay, they'll ask you with that one, they'll be specific. Calculate the retention factor for, let's say, blue, or calculate the retention factor for, let's say, the yellow, or calculate the retention factor for green. Okay, so if there are, let's say, proteins, and then in that particular protein, there is 3 amino acids inside, or let's say 5 amino acids. Let's say alanine, glutamic acid, proline, histidine, and then okay. So imagine you want alanine. So we just ask you for the retention factor of alanine to be specific. And then you just measure the distance from the baseline to alanine, that spot. And then over the distance are you okay?
Yes, sir.
Anaf, are you okay?
Yes, sir, I'm okay.
Okay. Okay. All right, so let's move on. So who else have any question? Who else? Any question?
I have a question. It'd be really nice if you explain the whole electrolysis from the beginning.
I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. I cannot go and explain the whole. I'm not doing that. You learn, and then when you have a problem, you ask me. So I'm sorry, I can't answer.
So would that be like 3 papers or only 2?
No, it's only 1 paper.
No, like
With 1 paper
sections.
you have. Yeah, in the 1 paper you have section A, multiple choice, section B, theory, and then section C, alternative to practicals.
So you say we should mostly practice alternative to practical and then not really touch
So
theory.
it's a 2-hour paper. 2-hour paper, 100 marks. Multiple choice is 30 mark. Theory is 50, and then alternative to practical is 20.
So we'll be taking MCQs from grade 9 paper.
I don't get it.
We will be taking like some of the MCQs from the grade 9 paper.
No, the topics I've given you.
Yeah, no, like some of the questions
The
were
topics
like our questions.
The topics I've given you, that's where the questions will be coming from. So if you've not been taught some things, just ignore. Okay. And then even stoichiometry, what's it called? Electrolysis. I told you electroplating is not coming. So if you want to go and learn it, okay, fine, maybe for fun. Okay, all right. So what other question? And I don't tell me to explain the whole thing. The reason why I'm not ready to answer Imai's question is if she asks me to explain the whole electrolysis, somebody also come explain the whole stoichiometry. Somebody also come explain. I don't have that luxury of time. Please, I'm not going to do that. So when you learn, when you have a problem, you just your question shouldn't be, I don't understand the whole of electrolysis. I will not mind you. I'm sorry. It's just doubt clearance. So if you're not learning, okay. Any question? Any question? I'm lying. Everybody's fine. Chemical bonding.
So if I call you at
Yeah,
2 a.m.
please.
to answer a question, will you mind me?
No.
No, please. Thank you. I'm giving opportunity to those of you who come to my DM and ask questions. This is the opportunity to clarify your doubts. If I don't mind, don't tell me. Don't you send me a message? I didn't mind.
There will questions on isotopes come.
Everything is everything. You flare. Hey, Granny, everything.
So, for the worksheets that you gave us on stoichiometry,
Granny, what is this?
there were a few titration questions, but will it actually come for the exam?
Of course, you did titration. Titration is no big deal. Titration is you are doing what's called an acid and a base
They didn't
reaction.
teach us titration.
So please, we did titration in the lab.
Titration is
Then no, we didn't do
neutralization.
titration in lab. The guy didn't mind us.
Didn't you go to the lab to do titration? Put some things in the bread. Thomas said was there. I was there. I came
No,
around.
it wasn't Thomas.
Thomas was not minding us.
No, it wasn't even
Hey.
Thomas. It was set for us. He didn't mind us at all.
Yeah,
Hey,
she
you
just put
pipeted
on the
some
table.
days.
He said
And then
titration.
Not angry.
It's okay, let me talk. You pipetted some base, and then there was some acid inside. You added an indicator, I think, to the base. I don't know that metal orange or whatever. I think metal orange, and then to the base, and it was yellow. And then
Yes, so we did it.
You did it, yes, you did it. And
It
then
was
they gave me
big.
No, so we did it in the lab, but then we didn't like.
You remember the worksheet one I gave you? It's a
Yes.
titration question. The moment you are reacting an acid and then you know the what's it called, the parameters. They give you the volume of this, the concentration of that. So maybe let me give you an example. Hold on.
Smith, if he will not join us.
So let's go. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share my screen. So remember this worksheet one. I'm not saying that is what is coming. Go ahead. Tell me I've swerved me. I'm just giving an example. You said you want question. If you can do this question, you don't have any problem titration. You look at it more when it's in acid, base, and salts. Then we do more titration, preparing salts and everything. You say I can do a question like this: 10 cm cube of 0.1 mole per dm cube hydrochloric acid were placed in a conical flask. A few drops of metal orange indicator were added to the dilute 16.2 cm cube sodium carbonate were required to react completely with acid. So this question like this, calculate the number of. If you have a question like this, don't tell me I didn't teach you something like this. I told you we did this question several times. I'm using this as an example. So if you meet a question, I think this is one. Yeah. Okay, good. If you can read to understand, please during the exams, read to understand. Read to understand. I'm marking a grade 9 paper, and I realize important chemistry. All the things I've been teaching you, there's only 2 things I've asked you to choose. 2. Radicals and reactivity series. That's the only thing I didn't even ask you to choose radicals. I've asked you to memorize radicals and what's it called? Reactivity series for the cations and anions. That's the only thing. Don't choose anything. Understand. If you don't understand, if you don't go for understanding multiple choice, you won't do well. Very, very tricky. If you don't understand, you just be doing little. Your seniors, you've heard from them, they were complaining that the chemistry multiple choice was hard. Please learn well. If you go, that's what some people, I know, not mindset. When I go out, chew it and then come and pass. You'll fine. So please learn. No minding me. I think I'm coming to drop apple for you. It's a NEPA embassy. It's not happening. I'm asking for doubt. Nobody is minding me. That means everybody is fine.
They give us
Everybody's
formula
okay.
sheets.
Come again. No. But